Hello there, this is Malorian, and what this video here is going to be is a double header for War Machine Battle Reports. Now, when I went down, I actually thought I was going to try and do a game against a store owner. I was going to try and sneak in a fantasy game, but this wasn't going to work because people were all busy. So I set up a War Machine game and said, hey, to another person, pick a caster. I'll use this caster. And they picked Kallus. So that's great. I always love Kallus. Lots of guys. Unfortunately, I still have to really paint my guys, all my infantry, but whatever. It's always nice to have all these models down on the table. My opponent, he's also going to be starting something new, and he's starting a new dwarf army, well, Seer Forge, and he's running with Madhammer. So it'll be interesting. I don't think I might have faced Madhammer maybe once a long time ago, but man, I have pretty much no experience against him. So it'll be really interesting, and for the most part, it's probably, the way it's going to go is I'm going to have lots of infantry. He's going to have lots of AoEs probably, and yeah, it's going to be see who's left at the end of the day. So let's find out. Alright, so looking at his lines here, he has Brennan Lug, he has the Ogre and Assault Crew, an Avalancher, and then you can see Madhammer there. And then on the other side, here we go. These are these new Dwarf Arcanist guys. I actually have no idea what they do, so this will be kind of an eye-opener. And he has little high shields over here as well. On my side, I have the Striders. I'm going to go for the Hex Hunters, the Grotesques. Then you can see in the back there, I have the only thing that I took with Kallus is just the Nephilim Soldier. I have no problem cutting myself because of how I regen. I also have a Shepherd back there, some Swordsmen, and some Legionnaires. So overall, the board looks like this. This is the one where it's number 10 for the Steamroller kit, and you have to get 5 points to win. You get 1 point for dominating the close zone, 1 for controlling the far zone, 2 for dominating the far zone, and then 1 for destroying the objective on the other side. So lots of ways to score. So that's good for an army like mine where there's lots of guys. The little swamp here in the middle, which is going to be shallow water, could be a little bit of an issue just because of how I want to have Kallus kind of more in the middle, and he doesn't have Pathfinder. But overall, what I'm guessing and what I'm going to try and do is with my 2 stealth units, they're going to go up the right and try and fight with the high shields, probably beat them out. I went second, so I saw all the AoEs on the left side, and so that's why I put all this stuff here on the right. If I can beat out those high shields, maybe I can score some points there. But for the most part, I just want to swarm the left zone, spread out, pop my feet, counter with the swordsman, and then start, controlling the left side as well. So, well, it's a lot of firepower. He has a lot of AoEs. He has the Assault Core from the Avalancher, from what's the other guy with the triple rocket launcher? I forgot to mention that guy. And I also learned too that the Arcanists have some AoEs as well. So yeah, he has a lot of infantry killing potential here. So he gets first turn. He's just running on up. It's pretty much what you expect. He doesn't cast any spells that I remember. Then on my turn, I'm really running up. I have the Ignite up onto the Legionnaires. Now at this point, I'm trying to really spread out to really reduce the amount of damage he can actually do with his AoEs. And so hopefully he'll just kill a few from my front row, and then I can really just get in his grill. On his turn, though, oh my god, he does a lot of damage, a lot more than I thought. So first Madhammer goes up, and he pops his feet, so all the AoEs will be boosted. Then he does a little carpet bomb to me, and this is like a little triple shot AoE 4 thing. Oh my god. Luckily this thing kind of like scatters off, but that could have been so bad. The Arcanists do some shots, so I lose some guys on the right. Look at my Legionnaires on the left. I'm only down to 4 left after they're all shot to hell. So yeah, that really hurt. And otherwise, yeah, lost some Grotesques. So lost a lot of guys, and now pretty much all I can really do is get in his grill, tie him up, and pop my feet. So that's what I do. The Legionnaires are able to kill one of the Ogryn. In fact, actually, the center one should be dead too. We forgot about the +2 damage from the spell. He'll be gone in a second. And the one on the right's on fire. So really, that's all I did. Ran in and charged in there. Did that on the right side. Only ran in to tie all those guys up because I know they're garbage in combat. And then, yeah, I'm just here waiting to counter with all the swordsmen on the left and on the right, just hoping just to grind him and slow him down. So over here, this is what I'm talking about. The center one's dead and the right one dies from fire. So, hey, it was only 4 Legionnaires, but they definitely did their share of work. And over here, he decides to put Explosivo on the high shields. Now, this was going to be really dangerous because, of course, if I kill any one of them, this explode. And so that would be killing my guys for sure. But after I was thinking about how screwed I am, then I thought about how perfect this is, because if I just kill one, it's going to kill like the whole unit, because one will kill the next, which will kill the next. So unfortunately, now I'm kind of regretting the number of guys I used to tie them up. But hey, if I can almost totally wipe them out and then just kind of hold off, that might be my best plan. So otherwise, the turn ends like this. So he does a little bit here on the right side. He was able to free up the one triple bazooka guy, and otherwise his avalanche is going after my soldier, and that's not good because, like I said, I'm fine cutting myself, but I would still want at least that 3 fury. So he did, a third of my damage already from the avalanche, so that hurt. Otherwise, he killed some of my legionnaires, made some incubi, killed one of the incubi, but for the most part, yeah, now I'm just ready to charge in with the sword masters on the left, or the swordmen on the left side. So that's what I do. On the right side, I trigger off that Explosivo, totally kill pretty much everything that's there. So that kills all the high shields. Also, I'm able to kill one of the Arcanist guys. Man, they even have 5 damage boxes, so they're pretty solid guys, high armor and all that. My Grotesques were able to run in and tie up the Avalancher, destroy Bazooka Boy, so that's all great. Charges otherwise on the left. I go and, of course I have Dark Guidance up if that's not known, and I'm really kicking butt all over the place, and in the end it took my soldier to go in and finish off the bear, but now the zone is clear and I score 1 point. I could have probably, if I had done this smarter, killed off his little axe boy as well, but unfortunately I activated the one incubi a little bit too early, but hey, he was actually outside the zone, so far it's 1-0. And wow, here's something major from Madhammer, is that he has his ground zero, so he just walks into the middle of all those grotesques and just kills them all. Also kills a Hex Hunter that was over there too, and so yeah, I just lost 10 dudes, so that really hurt. Otherwise, his turn looks like this. He really just beat up all my Hex Hunters here on the right side, because he's also like my Hex Hunters where he can charge in, kill a guy, and then cast magic. So the only good news is that he's not dominating the zone. His little, mini caster guy comes in, tries to attack me, does nothing. Yeah, pretty much nothing else happens on the left side. But yeah, I mean, so now it's looking good on the left, but I really have to start doing this quick because he could start dominating on the right side if he wanted. So on my turn, I pretty much clear things up here on the left. I start doing some serious damage to the Avalancher. I don't think I've crippled any systems or anything like that, but he's taken some major damage, so that's not too bad. And I also have Kallus in the spot too, so that, if he tries really getting into a spot here where Madhammer gets too close to me, hopefully then I can counter with him. On his turn, he, shoots in the combat here, basically with all of his guys doing his AoEs, kills some of my guys here, but nothing too bad, and then goes after my soldier, but has some problem rolling the 7s to hit, and so only does a little bit of damage, and lights one of my guys on fire, but he'll be fine anyway. So on my turn, I go in here, and remember, I mean, I went last turn and I got another point when I cleared things up to make it 2. On his turn, he couldn't get inside the zone, so it's 3. So on my turn, I really just start wailing on this Avalancher. And now the Avalancher is almost dead. It is really hurt. And I'm on 4 control points. He's way out. he's in a lot of trouble and there's not really much he can do. So what he does try to do is at least try and trample into the zone so that he can kill some guys and contest it. But really, and this is where a question came up because he took a free strike from the soldier, which took out the movement. So would that stop the trample or what? I don't know. But either way, he tramples through, kills like nothing, and then the free strikes go through and kill him anyway. So I mean, even if we got inside, I just would have killed him on my turn and got the point. But I just get the point here. So there you go, a win for Kallus, but it was looking kind of scary there for a while. You know, I thought that first turn I'd be very safe. He wouldn't be able to kill that many guys, but he killed a fair amount of guys even that turn. Then when I popped the feet, mainly where the guys died were off where I wasn't having it anyway. Really, I was kind of saved on that side because of Explosivo. I thought that was going to be screwing me over, but really the chain reaction just kind of wiped out almost everything he had to the point where I didn't have to worry about that zone anymore, got the whole objective points going, and got the win that way. And really, I mean, if I was a few more back, also Madhammer's in there, it would have been maybe like a one-on-one between the casters, and I'm really not sure which way that thing would end up. But yeah, it was really down to it. So there's that first game, a big win. Well, not about a big win, but it was enough to go on to the second game now. Now, with the second game, it's going to be Legion again, also 35 points. And this time, what I pulled out with Bethayne and Balfagor, because I hear a lot from the guys around, like, oh, yeah, she's such a crappy caster. There's one on the shelf, but it's been there forever. Nobody wants to buy her. She's such garbage. And she is one of my favorite Legion casters. It just kills me to hear this. Now, one of the reasons why I don't play her as much is because, again, I'm trying to play all painted, and I really haven't done my Hex Hunters yet. I'm spending all this time painting fantasy. I really come back here. But hey, I've already did a whole game with almost nothing painted. I might as well do this again. So I have kind of a mix, kind of balanced Bethayne list. Really seeing how it's going to go. But he's actually pulling out his Cricks. Didn't even know this guy even played Cricks. I thought it was going to be either, Scorn or Trolls or something. So here we go. It's going to be Skarre up against Bethayne. And, now it's my opponent's turn to have Dark Guidance and, have more models than me. And, Spiky Growth will hopefully kill off some of all this Crick spam and all this stuff. But if it doesn't pay out, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Alright, so here's his deployment. So on the far left, he's going to have a small unit of these Bane Knights. Can't ignore them. Then you can start seeing all the Banes and stuff come there on the middle of the board. And here's just a better picture. So he has a max unit of Banes, Thralls, and another unit of max Banes. They also have the UA attachment. He has Tartarus there, 2 Slayers, and then of course you could see Skarre there in the middle leading the forces. For myself, I'm going to have mainly here on the one flank my Blackfrost Shard, then my Ravagore, Bethayne and Belphegor, and my Scythian. And then otherwise on the other flank I have my Hex Hunters and my Striders. So overall you can see here it's the same scenario, we just changed up terrain. And really what my plan is here is... again, he wanted what? He wanted me to deploy. No, he deployed first. Sorry, he wanted to get first turn, and so. Oh, sorry, I'm messing this up. I'm thinking because of my Strider placement. I was going first, so I had to deploy all my stuff here. Then I did my Striders after because a lot of his stuff has stealth, and I wanted my Striders to counter his Bane Knights since they're actually guys I can actually see. Now, the real plan for this one is to try to really max out the left side and kill off these Banes using, my feet and the Hex Hunters and explosion of spikes and all those stuff. And on the right side, really just try and tie it up. Now, especially with Skarre being on the left side, that means I don't need to worry about him dominating on the right side. So if I just really do that and probably just send Belphegor off to go and tie up the right zone, yeah, I should be sitting pretty. So I take first turn, everything's really just running up, nothing fancy here. I have it so that there's corrosion attacks on the Hex Hunters. I don't need upkeep it next turn. It's just something where a lot of my spells don't affect non-living models. So that was unfortunate, but hey, I still have really two good spells with the explosion of the spikes and also the gallows. He gets next turn here, of course, and then he's just running up towards me. No real surprises other than he really isn't scared of me on the left side. I'm going to have to charge in there. I think I could kill a whole bunch of Banes. I would have been a little bit more scared if he would have popped his feet this turn for the extra armor, but he didn't. He will be able to counter with Tartarus after and make more Banes, so I have to be very careful there. But overall, I think this is looking pretty good, especially with the two heavies, the two Slayers going to the right side, where again I'm not expecting to have to do anything. I'm liking the look of this pretty good. Alright, so what I really do is Belphegor goes up, does his Animus. I then go through and I do some Eruption of Spines into that one Slayer, arcing it through. And man, he starts making his tough test. And this will be something that'll be kind of a theme during this game here. But do some okay damage, at least to the Slayer, and this is also going to be my feet turn, so all this stuff is boosted. After that, the Ravagore came up, also shot the front Slayer, and that front Slayer now has no movement to Cortex and only has like 6 boxes left, so that went pretty well, but I really thought there'd be less Banes in the right unit after I was all done. The Black Frost Shard just backs up on the left side, the Hex Hunters charge in, and they really do great. They kill lots. Messed up a little bit against the Bane Knights there inside the building, but then the Striders came in, killed another one. So there's only, I think 3 of them left. The Scythian is up there to counter Tartarus once he comes in, and yeah, this is looking very solid. Yeah, but then of course Tartarus comes in here, starts making some more Bane Knights, and I'm starting to get worried again. Because after his vengeance moves and all that stuff, yeah... Okay, this is crazy, because with Ghostly and all this stuff, he comes out of nowhere. He's immune to free strikes, I guess, and he pops his feet, so with +5 strength, he's hitting my Ravagore at +4 with charging Weapon Masters. Yeah, after 3 of those, I was dead. So all of a sudden, my left zone that I thought looked really solid, I'm pretty much wiped out. I mean, my Striders are there to make things difficult, but yeah, it's looking really bad. And of course, he's now +5 armor, so I really won't be killing much on my turn. So really, I'll have to work really hard just to try and wipe out what I can. Luckily, on the right side, he backs up, and that's fantastic. If he was more aggressive, that would have caused me a lot of grief, but he just backed away, so now I can back away as well. The one Damage Slayer is now behind the building, and the fully good Slayer is back there behind the one wall. So my turn, I do my best to do something, and really, my #1 target was Tartarus. I really wanted him dead. Now I go in and I shoot there, and I do nothing, so that really sucks. But another real big herpaderp I do here is I put on the corrosion damage onto my Hex Hunters. There's 3 of them left, and there's 3 Bane Knights. So if I just go in there, roll my 5s to hit, I might not kill them, but then they'll have corrosion next turn and die. The problem is that when I get to their activation and I start going in there, yeah, I get a little bit greedy and I go for their little Hex Blasts, fail, and then finally attack on the guy on the top there. But that was just a really stupid move on my part. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? Right now they're all +5 armor, and most of my stuff is just hiding. Oh, and sorry, I should also mention, even though there's no room for the template, I do have Belphegor's Animus up there just to try and stop too much from getting to me. Alright, so on his turn, you can see the Banes are now fully advancing on me on the right side, so that's scary. Skarre is moving over towards the right zone, so now this is horrible because obviously I'm not clearing out my left zone fast enough. He's going into this right zone. If he starts scoring, I'm in a lot of trouble. Tartarus had been on fire. The fire went out. The corrosion killed the one knight. And after everything's done there, he does a good amount of damage to my Ravagore and kills all but one Hex Hunter. So, again, what do I do, right? I mean, there's only so much resources I can put into this. And, yeah, it's really tough. I really want to kill Tartarus, but I got all these Banes. I just really have to try and figure out something here. So what I do here on the right side is I go over with Belphegor. He starts punching some Banes, kills one, but the other one just keeps on toughing. So what can you do? I put up my Animus, then I come over here with Bethayne, and she goes and does some spiky growth and all this fun stuff. And yeah, just, tough, 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 tough. It's just, oh, what can you do with this? And then the Black Frost Shard charge in. Tough, tough, tough. It's just... So whereas I really thought that maybe if I dedicated a lot of resources over here, maybe I could wipe out a lot of these guys. Yeah, I hardly killed any at all. I think I killed one. Otherwise, over here, what really happened is I had shot over another Eruption of Spines over here, killing the one that was in the way of the Ravagore. The Ravagore then charging into Tartarus here after the archers had destroyed the Slayer and some other stuff here. But yeah, just could not finish off Tartarus. Missed my charge attack, did nothing with my second initial, bought one and did a little bit of damage, but yeah, I'm just loving my rolls and he's toughing out. So this is what it looks like after my turn. At least it looks like kind of I'm taking back the left side. I did kill all the Banes in that zone, just the one knight left. The one Jack is gone. But yeah, he still has another Jack, still has Tartarus, and the right side could get nasty. So on his turn, he actually surprises me because with the Animus being up, he actually backs away. So that's really nice. And he also doesn't go in there with Skarre. So whereas I thought he was going to start scoring already, he's not. So that's kind of a blessing. He also flubbed all of his rolls and then failed the tough from the Animus there. So he died in the cloud. On the left side, this is going to happen. He comes in, curses my Ravagore, kills him. But hey, hopefully now, if I can now kill Tartarus, I might be okay. So on my turn, I'm now looking at it, and I think I can now dominate his zone with what he gave me. So what I do is I go in there with Belphegor, and he kills the two guys that he can. So that's awesome. Then I go over with, the problem is I'd love to do some magic into the other two Banes, but because of stealth, even though Belphegor has Eyeless Sight, she doesn't. So I have to go into him and do two big Eruption of Spines trying to kill these guys. And after blowing my entire stack, he toughs out everything. I couldn't believe it. So I don't dominate. I have no focus on me. So it's not like he's going to assassinate me, but the biggest thing here is that next turn I'll be cutting myself like crazy. Otherwise, I kill the other Banes down there with the Black Frost Shard. And on the left side, thank God, I kill off the Lost Bay Knight and I kill Tartarus. So one Slayer, I can handle that. On his turn, he comes through and tries to trample me and misses everything. And otherwise, it looks like this. So he does an AoE to me from Skarre, kills the last Hex Center and one of the Striders, but really not too bad. And on the left side, right side, he's just making it hard for me to kill both those guys. But on my turn, I charge in with Belphegor, hit him, tough. Huh, well that sucks. Hit him again, tough. God damn it. So basically, remember, I already had to cut myself for 7. I charge in with Bethayne into the other guy here, kill him, and then I do an Eruption of Spines into Belphegor to try and kill the guy there. Now, of course, I hit myself as well, and this is just a dice -2, so this was pretty scary. Luckily, I did like 5 points of damage or something, and I was still alive, so that was, like 2 points left, but I kill both guys, and so I dominate. And now this is pretty massive. Because at this point, yeah, he's pretty much in a lot of trouble. Because on the left side, yeah, I do a big shot into the Slayer, do a fair amount of damage. The Black Frost Shard are moving over. And really, when you look at this now, he can run Skarre over and contest the right zone, but then I have everything to go and try and kill her, right? So she could try and camp and super soldier and all this stuff, but the Slayer's almost dead on the other side, so I could start scoring over there if I wanted. Of course, you know, you can't contest with it, so I could dominate again. It's just, yeah, at this point he just threw in the towel. So there you are, a win for Legion. But again, it was kind of a close one there, that really coming down to the last few models. And yeah, I mean, pretty much the real tipping points that really changed things were the points where those Bane Knights came out of almost nowhere and just killed off my Scythian. Like, I knew that under the feet, if things get to my heavies, they're going to disappear. But I just thought that I was in a safe spot. But between Ghostly and the Vengeance move, they get across the board fast. And of course, they have reach as well. So that really hurt my left zone. And all of a sudden, I was playing catch up. You know, and Tartarus, I just can't kill that guy. And there's all the tough saves on the other side. So where I originally had thought, actually, I wouldn't be going for the right zone, I'd be going for the left. Everything completely changes around, and luckily I was able to do enough to kill over there. It would have been kind of funny if I had killed myself there at the end, but it all worked out. So there you go, a double header and 2 wins, and I hope you liked it. Bye.